Good morning, friends. Welcome to Business Analysis Chronicle, a weekly webinar series. This week, we are going to discuss about strategic business plan. I'm your host, Venkatesh Narayanan. Few words about Business Analysis Chronicle webinar series. So we'll be having this webinar every week at 11 a.m. IST on Tuesdays. And we will be discussing one of the business analysis concepts or tools or techniques. The duration of this webinar is about 30 minutes. For about 25 minutes, we'll be talking about one of these concepts and 5 minutes for Q&A and other things. During the course of the webinar, you will come across various polls. Please participate in that. This will help us a better idea about your expectations. And the presentation of this particular webinar is available on the handout section. If you see the GoToWebinar panel on your right hand side, you have a section called handouts. If you expand that, you will be able to download this presentation for your future reference. And this webinar is brought to you by Physics Business Consultants. And Physics specializes in business analysis, supply chain management, and NPD consulting and certifications. In the business analysis area, Physics is an authorized training provider of BCS UK, offering foundation certificate in business analysis and artificial intelligence. So with this brief introduction, let us get started. And today our topic is strategic business plan. So we want to take a poll quickly. And what is your proficiency level in business plans? I have launched the poll. Please participate and we will quickly move on to the topic. So please make it fast. Only 50% has voted so far. Okay, perfect. I'm closing the poll. Great. So we have kind of like something like 30% says I know, and some 70% is I don't know. Okay. So now let us get started with this. What is strategy? Let us read this definition and then we will have a detailed discussion on this. Strategy is the direction and scope of an organization over the long term. So here, like what we need to understand is, whenever we use the word strategy, okay, this is not about this afternoon or tomorrow, but this is about next 3 years, 5 years, or some organization 10 years. But today, like in today's scenario where the world is highly disruptive in nature, whichever the field you take, they have kind of like gone through their own version of disruptions. And so say a strategy is not really such a long term, like 10 years or 20 years. But 20 years, 30 years back, we were talking about strategies for the next 20 years, 30 years. This is not something uncommon we have not heard in companies. But today, companies are talking about the strategy for the next 2 years, 3 years, and 5 years. The reason is the world is highly disruptive. Things are changing at a much faster rate. Unexpected things are coming. Industries are subjected to disruption. So for all these reasons, now the duration of the strategy itself is shrinking, right? But still, it is a long term. For a mobile company, the strategy cannot be longer than 2 years or 3 years for a mobile company. For a cement company, maybe they want to have it for 5 years, right? Mobile is more disruptive. That segment is more disruptive compared to cement companies, right? So what we are saying is strategy is about the future, It is a long term and it gives direction to the company. And scope of an organization, like scope of an organization is your strategy is about what you are going to do, right? See, like this definition talks about a whole lot of things, right? So we can kind of like expand this few lines into few pages. It contains that much of information. So just I'm rephrasing it here. When we say strategy, we are talking about long term, it is about future, it is about the scope of the organization. That means what do you do which achieve, that is the strategy, which achieve advantage in a changing environment, because your environment is not stable. Your environment is not stable, it is keep changing. And how do you kind of like align your resources and competences? When we say competences, it is about your process and people. Resources means all other assets, with the aim of fulfilling stakeholder expectations. Who are all the stakeholders? Typically, we define the stakeholder as the people who are either affected by a project or affecting a group of people, right? Stakeholders are the group of people or organization either affecting a project or affected by the project, right? So this definition, this strategy definition is given by Johnson et al., right? Johnson and his colleagues. So now we know what is a strategy. So strategy is kind of like how to take the organization from the current state to the future state. To summarize in a different way, strategy is current state is where you are, right? Current state is given. You need not have to do anything great about the current state, right? Current state is where you are. And future state is where you are aspiring to go. So strategy is the ladder, right? Strategy is the ladder or the road which will take you from the current state to the future state. So with this introduction about strategy, let us move on. So here, like next we want to talk about business plan. What is a business plan? The term business plan we are hearing like in so many places, but the simple definition of a business plan is a strategic document that provides a roadmap to an organization. That's it. How to conduct the business, all the aspects of the business. You cannot ask like, is it about operations? Is it about finance? Is it about marketing? Is it about HR, sales, new product development, the customer service aspects, how you are going to source? So many things are there. Everything is addressed in a business plan. That is the reason we say it is a strategic document, talks about all the functions the business does to succeed in achieving its vision, right? So the business plan is a strategic document and it provides a roadmap to the organization how it has to do the various aspects in the business, right? Let us talk about the types of business plan. So organization life cycle. What is the organization life cycle? If you had done some course in accounting, you must have learned a principle called going concern. Going concern means an organization is forever. But is it really true? Do you know any organization that has existed for last 10,000 years? No. Even like, so kind of like it's kind of like the longest serving organization is something like 300-400 years. This is really an achievement. So organizations also have life cycle. They originate, they grow and decline, and they go out of business. Because the reason is the environment is changing. So as the environment is changing more and more, the longevity of the businesses are kind of like getting reduced. If you take in the past, the organization were serving for longest duration. But if you take some of the recent, like something like 1990s to today, you are saying like the so popular organization, they went out of business, like kind of like, or they don't exist in a particular segment, say Nokia, or kind of like BlackBerry, right? Several organizations we have, because this is due to disruption. So we have, from the organization life cycle perspective, we have three types of business plans, because the business plan, the demand of the business plan is highly different in all the three cases. So the first one is entrepreneur business plan, popularly known as startup business plans. I want to start a new organization. I have a very good idea, a product concept or a service concept, and I want to get started. So as an entrepreneur, I will come out with a business plan. And a strategic business plan is for an existing organization. An organization is in existence and it is running, and how to kind of like plan our future years, how to grow, how to make this organization sustainable and grow, right? So when we say sustainability, an organization should be in existence in the coming years, because that is the first thing we plan, right? First, an organization, what is the first thing for an organization? It should exist. It should survive the onslaught of the environment, right? Because environment is having a huge effect on the organization, both the internal as well as external environment. So the onslaught of this environment, the organization has to survive. So how to navigate this tough course, right? So that is about the strategic business plan. So this is for an existing organization. And the last one, exit business plan, this is also for an existing organization, but this is about closing the organization. For example, when Toys R Us in US, one of the most popular organization, and the kids know it very well, and this is a kind of like they're specialized in toys, and due to certain business model changes or environmental changes, they were not able to survive, so they filed for bankruptcy. So they prepare a exit business plan, that how to get out of this in a smoother manner. So when you say exit business plan, kind of like you may be having a lot of accounts, receivables, payables, some other liabilities. Okay, how to settle that, how to dispose of the assets, kind of like how to capitalize, how to make the most out of this even when going out of the business, right? So that is called the exit business plan. Not a very good thing, but kind of like businesses have come through this, right, at some part of the time, right? So now we have kind of like this is called the organization life cycle. That is like inception, that is entrepreneur business plan; growth, that is strategic business plan; exit business plan, it is the end of life of the business, right? But today our focus is strategic business plan. We'll be talking about entrepreneur business plan some part of the time. Then strategic business plan we are going to discuss today. Exit business plan we'll be talking in one other session. Okay. So today our focus is strategic business plan. So now the strategic business plan has these 9 elements. The strategic business plan has these 9 elements: vision, mission, customer, product, strategy, problem, capabilities, environmental scan, business model canvas. In fact, last week we had a discussion about business model canvas, and you can access the old presentations, even the recorded webinars available in our archives, which I will show in one of the slides. So the elements of a strategic business plan: vision. Vision, this is kind of like a company will have one topmost vision. A company may have several visions, in the sense like they may be having new product development vision. They may be having their kind of like capacity building visions. So kind of like these are all the sub visions. But the vision I am indicating here, this is the topmost one. There is nothing above this vision. So when we say vision, this is kind of like how we want to see the organization in the future. This is the ultimate future state of an organization. Ultimate future state. So an organization is in current state. That is where we are today, what we are doing today. That is a vision. That is a current state. And from here, how we want to reach our aspirations, our goals. This is the larger goal, right? Vision is the largest goal for an organization, and this is relatively complex in nature, right? For example, if I say For India, vision 2025 is 100% literacy. Do you think this is a very simple thing to talk about? No, it contains lot of sub elements. This is the biggest thing, eradicating corona out of the world. It is again a vision, right? The thing is, like today, like the different countries are contemplating that this will be the situation for the next 1 or 2 years until we have a sound vaccine. This is a kind of like we will be facing a new normal. Okay. And kind of like if everything is successful, we may come back to the I would say, like in case of India, the pre-March. Okay. Whatever we had before March will come to that stage, right? So this is about a large plan, right? So when we say vision, what is your future state? What is your aspiration? Where you want to go, right? So here, in case of COVID, we are talking about a better state we had in the past, not today. That is also a vision, right? Your current state is worse than your past. So you want to restore that status quo. You want to restore that past state. And we are working towards that vision. The whole world is working towards this vision to bring the past. So today we are in a position to appreciate the past rather than the present, right? So vision could be like this also. But in case of most of the companies, vision is about the future. Okay. The thing is, like they are in a good state, they want to still improve. And the mission is, what do you do? You have to be very clear. What am I doing? Mission is through which you are kind of like earning money. Mission is, what do you do your customers? And at what price you are selling? Who are all the customers? In what geography they are? What's your market? And customers, you need to really understand your customers. So we develop customer persona in business plans. We develop customer persona even in business analysis. So this business plan, strategic business plan, when a business analyst grows to the highest level in your organization in business analysis area, like say VP business analysis, manager business analysis, they are working on the strategic business plans. In many organizations I have seen, they hire us to do the 3 different types of business plans. Of course, we have done most of the things in the first and second, that is the entrepreneur business plan and the strategic business plan. The exit business plan is very rare. Okay, because like you know, like in India we have this bankruptcy law 2015, right? And where companies prepare exit business plans, or how to kind of like how to wind up the business in the most profitable manner. Okay, I won't say most profitable, but it's a kind of like how to realize the most out of this. Okay, so when we say the business plans, like in all these business plans, the customer persona, especially the first and second, we will be having the kind of like the customer persona. Okay, so the customers, like you need to ask who are all the customers and what do they kind of like what do they want, what's their problems, pain points, are they really kind of like realized the problem, and are they willing to pay the price for this product or services you want to sell to them. All those things need to be analyzed. And the thing is, like here we are saying this is an existing business, but still we are doing. The reason is, will they demand the same way they are demanding today in future as well? That is the problem with Nokia. That was the problem with Nokia. The thing is, like Nokia thought, I'm having 83% market share in India. I will continue to have this 83% market share because of this industry is highly disruptive. This 83% market share dropped like kind of like something on a cliff, right? So that is a mistake. So the strategic business plan is not sound. Then product, what is the product you are going to offer? The same kind of product what you are offering today, will they be kind of like satisfied in the future as well? Then at the center is, what is the strategy? What you are going to do during the next 5 years? How this is going to impact all the 8 things around that? The problem, how it is going to change in the future. What are the capabilities you need to serve the customers better, to provide your products in a better manner. Environmental scan, your internal as well as external environment. Internal environment means the kind of like today, like you see, like the typical example is companies are finding new ways to work with the millennials, right? The way how they worked with the past generation, right? Past generations, it doesn't work the same way with the millennials. You need to have a different approach. They are very smart, no doubt, but how to kind of like align them with the organization, how to create more interest in them. They have access to too much of information. How to kind of like how to engage them in the business, right? That is one of the example of internal scanning. External scanning is, what is the different kind of disruptions that is going to come? Who are all the competitors? What is the regulatory environment? All those aspects. Then finally, business model canvas, where we will be talking about the 9 elements which we discussed in the business model canvas during the last week, right? So when you put together, I'm giving the critical 9 here. I'm giving the critical 9 here. There are several other things, right? But these are all the most important things. You can say, like, if this is addressed, the strategic business plan is almost 60% is over. Okay. So now the next thing is some of the techniques I want to indicate. So for external environment analysis, you will be using PESEL, Porter's 5 forces model, etc. Then for internal analysis, you will be doing most resource audits, Boston box. Then for executing strategy, McKinsey's 7S model, the balanced business scorecard, etc. So these are all the bare minimum techniques you need to do the strategic business plan. And this is the reference book, the Business Analysis 4th edition by Deborah Paul. You go through the chapter 3 strategy analysis, you will find all these techniques, whatever I have indicated here, and you will get a better understanding about the strategy. Because this kind of like in 30 minutes, I'm just trying to create an interest in you. But if you want to invest more on this, I would strongly recommend you to go through this book. This is an amazing book. You should keep this as a Bible. Okay. And in most of my discussions, I will refer this book. I'm so impressed with this book. That is the only reason. Okay. In fact, like the author talks to you. The author talks to you. And from this only, we have this, the best certification, the business analysis, the BCS Foundation Certificate in Business Analysis. That certification relies on this book. This is a very precise book on business analysis and very practical book. The thing is, like, you can read and practice. It is not about theory. Okay. Fine. We have a session coming up on May 31st. This is a 4-hour online course on mastering business model canvas. So far, like, a few registrations are done, and we are offering this at a highly discounted rate only for these participants. Okay. So this is like the normal price is 4,500, and for the participants of this program, you can kind of like we are offering like only 5 in each of this webinar series. Last week also we offered, I think last week we offered 10. This week we are offering only 5, and take advantage of this. Okay. Only 5 people will get at this rate, first come first served basis. You can get more information from our manager certifications. So now, what about next week? Next week we will be talking about know your business processes. Any large, medium, or small organization, the first thing a business analyst should do is knowing what are all the process. So we will take one of a simple organization, and we will kind of like list out these processes so that you will learn how to identify the processes. Okay, knowing the business process itself is a major thing. So whichever the domain you are working, you need to kind of like do this exercise first. And that is the reason I say you should never change the domain. As a business analyst, we should never change the domain. Working in a particular domain for a business analyst is like a marriage, never to be broken, right? So this is a commitment. And why I'm saying is because you have to do a lot of work, right? You have to do a lot of work in understanding the domain itself. And when you change the domain left and right, everywhere you will be kind of like scratching the surface. So we will be focusing on know your business processes during the next week. And I recommend you to join this LinkedIn group. Most of you have joined last week. I would strongly encourage the rest of you, because like we are going to plan a lot of activities in this group. Already some 7,000 people across the globe are members of this FIBAR group. This is a business analysis group, dedicated business analysis group. And then kind of like please let us know what you are looking for in this webinars. If you have some new topics you are interested, you can post it to us, communicate to our business analysis certifications manager. She will be kind of like planning for this new topics, but we have topics for the next 10 weeks. So your new topics, when we find it is appropriate for the larger audience, and we will definitely conduct the session on this. So now I will take a couple of questions and then I will conclude this webinar. So Ambrish has a question here. Can you explain more on what this course is all about? Okay. So when you say the business model canvas, okay, Ambrish, are you talking about the business model canvas course, or you are talking about the BCS Foundation Certificate in Business Analysis, the online course? Okay, perfect. So this online course, like, see, the business model canvas is understanding your organization in a holistic perspective. For example, if I ask you to show me the organization, if I ask you that you show me the organization, and you can walk me through the entire organization, do you think I would have really understood the organization just by having a tour within that organization? Of course, I may be able to see the physical aspects of this, but what is the mental model? Okay, so we have, like, whenever we talk about a model, we have a physical model and a mental model, or a mental picture. The physical model is what we are seeing, but by seeing that, you are giving me a tour for whole day. I can see and appreciate the things, but I may not be able to understand what is happening within the organization, how it is functioning. But the business model is one A3 sheet. Typically, we do this in A3 to A1 sheets, the engineering drawing sizes, right? So A3 to A1 sizes, where kind of like for either it is a new business or an existing business. The first thing we try to do is business model canvas. So it is useful to business analysts, consultants, and the kind of like entrepreneurs who want to start a new business, right? And Revati has a question here. Strategic goal is fixed, but not able to achieve it. How to work on it? See, strategy and goal. Okay, see, goal is like a part of the vision. Strategy is the roadmap which we take. Strategy is the vehicle you take, or strategy is the road on which you travel, okay, to achieve the vision, right? So the vision is fixed, but strategy you may have to change along the path. For example, strategy is context specific or environment specific. When your environment changes, you have to change the strategy. For example, like till February, my strategy to get the groceries, the monthly groceries, was different. But today, in COVID scenario, my strategy has completely changed. Earlier, we take we used to take every day. Whenever you want, you can take. But today the scenario is different. We are advised to kind of like venture out once in a week and get the things in one go. Okay, buy the things a little bit more. Have your week's worth of groceries and other things, right? So that is the reason, like, when the environment changes, the strategy also has to change. That is the reason every year this is strategic business plan exercise for many of our clients. Kind of like we do this every year. The thing is, like, they will, like, all the top brass of the company, they assemble in a resort, and we also, like, from our team also we participate. And during this 2 or 3 day session, we will be developing the strategic business plan that will talk about the next 5 years, but more particular it is about the current year. But if things are drastically changing, like what we are facing today, your strategy also has to change, right? So it's a kind of like it is a you can say like the vision is something like you can say fixed at least until you achieve the vision, but the strategy may be changing, may or may not, depends on the situation. So Sonali makes a statement here. I'm grateful for the session. Thank you, Sonali. I would like to hear how the analytical solutions I would like to hear how the analytical solutions can be fit into the model in real time. See, analytical solution is really important. In fact, like I would like to present a session on Python for business analyst and Tableau for business analyst, two different sessions we will be having in the future. This is just to like, you see, like in 30 minutes, what we can do. Like my objective is create a spark in you, and you have to do your search after that, right? So that is what we want to achieve in this 30 minutes. I want to create one spark. If I do that, I'm successful. And I'm really thankful to Sonali because she's able to really understand this. So this is kind of like we want to create a spark, right? And so like we are also planning Python for business analyst, Tableau for business, because these two tools I'm using extensively to present to my consultants, and I'm able to impress upon them. You see, like you need to have a wonderful content as a business analyst, but at the same time, you should be also able to present it. Okay, so it's a kind of like definitely it is very important. Okay, and then I have a question from Valli Amal. I'm hearing so many things from other people also, but I'm taking like I'm giving opportunity for each of you. So exit business plan can be created even to obsolete one product also. Exactly, you got it, Valli Amal. You got it. The thing is, exit plan, it is not for the entire business. Most of the time we say that when we say exit business plan, it is about the entire business. But now Valli is asking a question that is it for one product or one service? Of course we do that. How to ramp down your product manufacturing, how to ramp down your services, how to kind of like close some services, because GE is doing every year. You know, GE has a vision that we want to be in business which is number 1 or 2. That's it. If there is a business that is doing number 3 or 4, they're not interested. They're not interested. They literally remove the business out of their equation. They divest means they sell the business. And that is the reason 3 years back you might have heard a company in different name. Today they may be claiming GE company because GE buys and sells businesses left and right. The reason is because they are guided by their vision. If you are number 1 and 2, I will keep with me. Otherwise, I don't want to waste my time, right? So you are absolutely correct. So thank you so much for all the participants. Considering the time, I'm closing the webinar, coming to the end of this. So like if you want to access our past webinars, you can access the past webinars in business analysis, supply chain management, and new product development in this particular blog, that is blog.physics.net/webinar, where you will be able to find a particular article that is titled as presentations and recordings of the past webinars. Okay, and with this I thank you so much and have a wonderful day ahead.